Okay, so today's task, we're going to go and have a look at the faff of the Northern Fells and the difficulties. Basically, in the Bob Graham round, there are 3 fells north of Keswick, which are Skiddaw itself, obviously, and Blencathra, which is in the same ridge as the Skiddaw Massif. And there's also the mountain of Great Calva, which is behind the ridge and is awkward to get to. And strictly speaking, this is part of the Bob Graham. It's the northerlymost point of the Bob Graham. If you talk to Ed Cleesby, he will tell you that the Milk Run, which is a sort of slang name for flying down the Helvellyn Ridge, the Milk Run used to start, when they were doing it on hang gliders and things, the Milk Run used to start over here actually. It used to start sort of behind the Skiddaw Ridge on these hills, I think from Great Calva, which is a real mountain name, and that's sort of in the Great Calva area. And so there is an intriguing case that you might be able to, if it was a northwesterly, you might be able to start at Great Calva and kind of fly off the back of Blencathra with a northwesterly and then go over the back to Clough Head and then come all the way down that ridge. I'm going to walk up, see if I can find the top of Skiddaw, fly down to what I think is Great Calva. I think it's that over there, but I was just walking up with Martin and Graham from the club, and Graham described it. He said, what did he say? He said, Great Calva is a conical bog. It's just like one big bog, Toblerone triangle that sits there and sponges in all the available water. So I have that to look forward to. But yeah, that's my plan. Get up Skiddaw, fly over to Great Calva, then fly off Great Calva to the back of Blencathra, and then from Blencathra I want to fly down to where I put the car at Latrig. Okay, well, let's change quickly. I'm on top of Skiddaw and it's complete whiteout and I can't see anything. So I'm going to have to walk to Great Calva, which is rubbish. But there we are. Okay, so cloud on the top of Skiddaw, and the wind had gone from like 0 miles an hour to, I don't know, 18. It was very icy, so rubbish. So I'm walking through the icy heather, bushwhacking to Great Calva. I lost the track. I think there is a track, but it was very icy on the back of Skiddaw, so I couldn't see any path or anything. Anyway, so not the dream really, this, a bit more of a hike than a fly. So Graham was right. Great Calva is just a big triangular bog. If you were looking to break your ankle, this would be a good hill to come and spend some time on. I don't know why you'd want to fly here really. That's what I think about it. It's sort of in the lee of everything. The terrain is horrible. It's not particularly on the way to or from anywhere. It's quite a long way over the back of Skiddaw, really, if you're walking. I came the wrong way, I now realise. I went like 3 sides of a square rather than going the direct route. But yeah, it's the northernmost point of the Bob, so that's what we're gonna do. But yeah, if it wasn't for the Bob Graham, I don't really know. I mean, this is the first time I'll have ever climbed Great Calva, and hopefully it'll be the last as well.
stop listening to you. I'm gonna stop following.
Okay, so I've climbed up Blencathra. The wind has picked up now. I want to say it's 18 to 20 miles an hour on the back of Blencathra, in the ice and the snow, and the summit's in cloud, as you can see. So I'm going to sack it off and walk down, which I probably should have done from the bottom of Great Calva, really, but I thought I'd come and have a look. But it's cold and I'd like a cup of tea and to be back in the cab of my truck, really, with some heating. So I'm just going to go down. I should have done it on a different day, possibly. The lesson here, if there is one, is you really can't walk easily. This is a good thing to learn. How about this? You can't walk easily from Great Calva to Blencathra. You really, the path doesn't go that way. You really want to fly it to get over the river and then walk up the back of Blencathra here if that's what you end up having to do. So yeah, a little bit of useful information. Other than that, the other piece of useful information is to say there's no obvious way to easily and safely go over the back of Skiddaw or Blencathra if you're doing it the other way around. Unless you were to fly down, I don't know if you can see, I'll try and edit it so you can see, but down there is Windy Gap. Now, if you had a southerly, I suppose you could ridge saw along the front of Blease Fell here on Blencathra, dive up Windy Gap and try a sort of long downwind thing, possibly. I don't know, but that is an interesting transition problem. That I think when Tom did it, he had a westerly and he took off from the shoulder of Skiddaw and then just came over the back and then top to bottom Great Calva, ran up Blencathra. By the time we got to Blencathra, it was still slightly westerly, but went off Blease Fell basically before we went over to Clough Head and down the Helvellyn Ridge. Now, with a southerly, it's probably still possible to do something like that, although I didn't manage it today. But with any other wind direction, I think it would be quite challenging and you might have to walk. But really, I would say that the terrain between this front ridge and Great Calva is disgusting. It's knee-high heather, full of marshy holes and bog, and I've got away with it a bit because it's frozen and I've had time. But if you were in a rush and you were carrying your full cross-country gear, I think that would be quite hard. So there you go, a bit more information.
I'm gonna stop listening to you. I'm gonna stop